Silicon Valley less so. In a lot of the world, you know, finally, I mean, I didn't really like the culture or the craziness. I'm happy to say I sold my Google at $525 on the way up. So I was feeling uncomfortable before it hit the top. You find people outside of Silicon Valley are suddenly becoming much more frugal, which I like, because, you know, my father didn't come home and talk about quantum mechanics, but he did tell us to turn off the lights. And, you know, that was partly being tidy, but it was also partly just being cheap. So there's that. In Silicon Valley, right now, I think the investors are crazy. They're missing a lot of good opportunities. On the other hand, there's still, again, compared to Russia, if you don't have a job in Silicon Valley, you go and you make one. You start a consulting firm, or you start a website. And in Russia, it's much more, people are used to living with a lot less, so they don't even try to get more. Whereas in the US, sometimes they try too hard to get too much. But it's gotten more sensible now. I wish I had money, because I think it's the perfect time to invest. There's a lot of really exciting startups now, and they have very little competition. Yeah, I mean, Obama's a really good leader because he kind of catches the spirit of the followers. You can't lead people where they don't want to go, but you can lead them where they didn't know they wanted to go. He's less concerned about business, which is fine. You know, business doesn't need to be led. Business should work on its own. And there's probably a little too much government in business right now, which is payment for this horrible crash. Horrible. You know, first the fantasy land, and then the crash. But I love what he's doing socially. I like his messages about responsibility and hard work and education and family and all that stuff. And he's really the embodiment of what's good about America, and that's really great.